there was this giant explosion, which scientists think is a 1 in 1,000 year event for this sort of volcano. It takes about 1,000 years to fully recharge, so it just happened to be around at the point where it has unleashed a vast amount of its magma in a really explosive way. It's probably one of the most energetic explosions of the entire 21st century so far.
This volcano erupted with a rude shock in the late afternoon local time.
We're all standing outside. My hand is shaking. What are we gonna do? Can you guys hear that? It keeps bursting. Hey, okay.
What's going on, everybody? Make sure that you log in, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It's your boy J.Matthew. I'm back, baby. I told you I was going to be back. I told you, look, listen, I was going through a lot. COVID, all kinds of shit. I got kids, a family, all that, so I had to take care of home. Everybody at home was sick and everything, life and all that other stuff. But I'm back. Thank you. If you still been a subscriber to the channel, make sure you log in, like, share, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we're going to get into this commentary. Now, what I want to talk to everyone about now, or like where I'm headed and where I'm going and everything, I'm not so much going to even be worried about the conscious community and stuff that I used to do before. Because I kind of realized, things ain't gonna never change with those guys. The Sinetas, the Polites, the whoever, them conscious community guys. It's never going to change. It's going to be like a never-ending cycle of a bunch of arguing, screaming, yelling back and forth about who's more right and wrong about religion, instead of being focused on, hey, we all black people here. Black and brown, what can we do to better our situation and help each other move forward to get to a better place and meet a higher calling that is, to prepare ourselves for something that's greater than ourselves. But it's so focused on fighting, getting money, scamming, arguing. That took a lot of my fucking time. And I could have been, when I could have been doing other things and everything else. And I apologize for that. I was trying to find my way, still trying to find my way, with this whole YouTube thing. But I got to be, and one thing is, in your presence, a lot more than what I was. And I apologize for that. I'm so sorry. But I'm here. Let's get into this. Shout out to J.A. He's a guy who does videos about things going on in the world that you or me or everyday people may not see, or know about or understand. Excuse me. A lot of these things that he shows them because there's going to be a time where, oh, excuse me, I got like gas, like burps. There's going to be a time where, hold on, let me make this, yeah, so y'all can see me. Shoot. Okay, let me adjust this right. Okay, anyway, it's going to be a time where, there's certain things that's going to happen, and you might even be wondering, like, damn, why is this happening? What's going on? Or, just anything at all. And, let me see something here. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go on with the video. Now, I'm going to explain some of this stuff because a lot of people may not be aware, like, what's going on. The planet's just falling the hell apart. It's falling apart. Thanks to the stupid decisions that are made on this planet by people who, want to play God, think they're God, think they got God figured out, think they got one up on, on this whole thing called life and the thing around it. You got people saying that we're living in a simulation, like everything around you is, is fake. It's not real. I can say I agree to that in a certain way, that things is fake for the fact that the way that we made the world in our minds to be and the way that it turned out, that's fake. no one in their right mind, would you ever, if you had a whole planet, would you charge your family to live on the planet? Would you tell them they got to pay for water that's on the planet, that's all over the damn place, and food and gas and shelter? No, you wouldn't. But somehow in this world, in this life as human beings, we figured out a way to charge each other to live and shit like that. But that's for another time. Let's get into this. This one is from, again, J.A. Eruption just shook the world. This is probably about, I think this one is about earthquakes and just a lot of stuff going on in the world. And I'm going to commentate it for you and let you know what I think. So let's get right on into it, all right?
See that? You guys see the smoke coming up? That's it. Ew, the volcano. It's the volcano.
The explosions ever more insistent.
Yeah, there was a volcano that exploded.
Can you guys hear that?
They said it was so big you could see it in the satellite from Earth exploding.
Man, it's loud. It's shaking the island. Look at all that. That's all from the volcano.
Wow.
There it goes. Is your ears popping? Ew, look. Oh.
This shit is right. Get the hell out of here.
Y'all can come in the patio. Seriously.
Yeah,
Well, the world has seen and felt the shockwaves of a massive underwater volcano on the doorstep of the Pacific island of Tonga.
We turn now to that rare tsunami advisory for the entire North American West Coast from Alaska to California.
And from this tiny speck in the Pacific Ocean, shockwaves across the globe.
The blasts were heard as far away as New Zealand and Fiji.
The world's tearing up, man. Look at that.
At sea level, the eruption resembled a mushroom cloud, a mass of steam, ash and rock surging out of the ocean 20 kilometers into the air.
Just 70 kilometers from the Tongan capital. It's been erupting for weeks, but on Friday, violent activity increased, including a record-breaking amount of lightning.
A boom could be heard 500 miles away.
With air pressure changes recorded as far afield as Canada and even Scotland.
Now there was a that's crazy about that boom, because I remember I watched also Kajami Amari, AK, if you know who I'm talking about. He also breaks down like real world events in opposed to things that have been going on in history in the world and God and things today and before and what's going to happen in the future. And I remember him saying something about this. It was supposed to be a boom. And this was like a couple years ago. He did a video on this. And that boom was supposed to be like a representation of like a woman giving birth or pushing a baby through the canal. Like there's, on a spiritual sense, it was like a beast coming from the water. And that if you look around that edge here where it says Chile, California, Japan, and like if you look all the way like around like those borders and stuff, and where you see that orange halo of where the vibration or the rumbling may have came from that volcano, it's almost like a canal, like a baby being born. It's supposed to have some type of symbolism into things that are happening or going to happen to the planet, as well as how leaders and human beings are going to react, to the things that are going on in the planet with the planet shifting.
And the entire region there has now gone quiet with communication knocked out. It's triggered tsunami warnings. This confronting video shows the impact of those swells.
Lavinia Talmoi Piaulatu was on the phone to her husband in Tonga when the line went dead.
Yeah, why would you run? You stood there the whole time. You fucking idiot. Did you see that? Why would you stand there the whole damn time?
It's triggered tsunami warnings. This confronting video shows the impact of those swells.
Lavinia Talmoi Piaulatu was on the phone to her husband in Tonga when the line
and then
went
look, they
dead.
would have got thick. Look, you want to hold on to a tree?
Shockwaves from the eruption were felt across the Pacific. Tsunami warnings from American Samoa.
But this type of event in this region is a massive surprise.
Seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones telling us this is the largest tsunami from a volcano she has seen in her decades-long career.
The tsunami affected millions. The South Pacific Islands, New Zealand, Japan, racing past Hawaii to pound Canada, the US West Coast.
Oh my God!
And pushing thousands of kilometers south to Chile.
Yeah, because it ain't the birth of
Ominous
the
than
child.
ever.
I'm telling you, man. Something's in that water, too.
Water coming into land. It's never happened before.
Monster tidal surges in Fiji, a domino effect from the undersea eruption more than 800 kilometers away. Close enough to hear the danger.
I don't understand how people just live on the planet and just be doing shit and act like there's not going to be no repercussions or no consequences for your actions or none of that shit. I mean, it's just crazy and it boggles me. It's like, it's beyond me. I mean, you know, again, you're giving this whole planet, think about it, you're giving a whole fucking planet, whole planet is yours. You can do whatever you want. All right, you already broke the first rule to tell you not to just eat one apple. You had the whole damn planet. All you had to do is not eat off one goddamn tree. Couldn't do that. Couldn't contain yourself in that shit. But you still have this whole planet and you charging yourselves to live and to eat and to be amongst each other. You're charging yourselves for life and time and space. It's crazy. Human beings are fucking nuts. And I'm a human being and I'm saying it's fucking crazy.
Like boom and boom, and the people are assuming that it's like a warship going on.
Australians holidaying in Suva also feeling the threat.
We just kept hearing just massive boom noises in the clouds.
When yesterday's volcano erupted near the island nation, turning the sky black, the reports from family and friends were terrifying.
When you see the video from Tonga of the actual eruption, it is like world-ending, terrifying stuff.
On Tonga, it sounded as bad as it looked.
Holy
shit!
Deafening, and for those by the water, it could only mean one thing: run.
Run. Stop
This is
saying you're
why.
filming, run.
A tsunami generated by an underwater volcanic shockwave. The images posted on Facebook show people being driven from their homes. But then, after a few hours, everything went blank. So far, there have been no reports of deaths or injuries in Tonga, but this was 7 times more powerful than the eruption on December 20 last year.
It has been active for years, but an explosion of this scale only happens here once every 1,000 years.
In Peru, tsunami waves crashed through a market, washing away stalls and goods, sending panicked shoppers running in fear of what might come next. Tsunami sirens were heard in Ecuador. With good reason, fishing boats at sea riding rolling tsunami waves. In Chile too, sirens blared as swimmers left the beach because of a strong surge of impact stretched to New Zealand, Ecuador, Peru, and Chile. The Bureau of Meteorology says those shockwaves travelled at more than 1,000 kilometres an hour, reaching almost 7,000 kilometres to Perth, with a sonic boom heard in Alaska, almost 10,000 kilometres away.
Watch.
New Zealand too saw the effects of the waves, the water tossing boats as if they were toys in this marina. Some fishermen said they had to run for their lives.
In Santa Cruz, California, the rising tide caused minor flooding.
And although that's more than 5,000 miles away, Santa Cruz was hit hard.
Look at the tables right there.
Wild waves shoved tables, chairs, and heat lamps on the deck of Zelda's, a beachfront restaurant in Capitola. This surveillance video capturing the massive tide around 9 a.m. Saturday.
Oh man, look at that. Startled locals rushed to find higher ground as water crashed its way through. A river flooding streets and buildings, including this church.
That's nuts.
Some were caught out by the rise.
Let's see what else, because there's another video that I really want you guys to see, and that shit there is really crazy. Let's go to my other guy that I was talking about so you can basically see who I am talking about. He does videos on, like I said, a lot of things that's going on now in the world, and showing you how it relates to today and what the Bible may say and or is saying about this stuff. Okay, so there was just a comet or ash. What was it? A meteor. I think it was supposed to hit Earth. It just allegedly passed us, and it's supposed to orbit around the sun now. Allegedly, if it would have hit Earth, it would have did real like catastrophic damage, so to speak. But there's this movie called Don't Look Up that was made before, I think last year or something like that. But anyway, let's just check this out. You'll see.
Look, let's establish once again that there is a huge comet headed towards Earth. On December 5th, 2021, Netflix released a film called Don't Look Up, which is about two scientists trying to warn the world about a massive comet between 5 and 10 kilometers wide called a planet killer that is going to impact the Earth in 6 months and 14 days.
Direct hit of Earth in 6 months and 14 days.
There is much to unpack concerning this movie and how it mirrors reality in light of the fact that on January 3rd, 2022, the Jerusalem Post published an article titled Don't Look Up, Apocalypse Level Asteroid to Fly Past Earth this month. The asteroid, called 7482 1994 PC1, is a stony asteroid classified as a near-Earth object and potentially hazardous asteroid of the Apollo group. The asteroid is approximately 1.1 kilometers in diameter. That makes it 4 times the size of the Eiffel Tower and 3.5 times the size of New York City's Empire State Building. According to NASA, this asteroid could cause a worldwide cataclysm if it impacted Earth. However, they claim that it will pass the Earth on January 18th at a distance of around 1.98 million kilometers away.
Today.
This may be true,
So
but
today is supposed
the
to pass.
timing of the release of the movie Don't Look Up in relation to this asteroid headed towards Earth, coupled with all the other symbolism and nuance connected with it, is curious to say the least. Look, let's establish once again that there is a huge comet headed towards Earth. Allow me to explain. The date the Jerusalem Post published this article was January 3rd. January 3rd, or 1-3, gives us the number 13, the number of rebellion. And since this is a celestial body falling from the heavens, it points to the rebellious fallen angels, or Nephilim giants. The name of the asteroid is 7482, and 7 plus 4 plus 8, and points to Barack Obama, whose name in Hebrew actually means lightning from heaven. These are the same words spoken by Messiah when describing
Let me tell you
Satan.
something. This is my belief. I really think that I really don't think Joe Biden is going to live out, to see the rest of his presidency. I really think that he's going to, croaked the big one. I really do. He's not looking good. He looked like he's about to fall over every time he's on damn camera. I don't know why. And since to the end of time, it might have been a less than a handful of presidents that weren't that old, but they picked the oldest person, oldest dirt to run the country. I don't get it. 1 foot in the grave, stuck in their ways, and or just crazy. They found like the oldest person and just made the oldest person on earth the president, I guess. I don't know. I don't get it. He almost got blown over by the wind on his way out of Air Force One in Washington when they just had the snowstorm just now. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. He keeps saying get boosted, get vaccinated. A lot of his answers that he give for questions just don't make no sense. Feel real stretched and long and drawn and spaced out. Just enough filler to get you by to make you feel like the question was answered, but it never really wasn't. Camilla does the same thing. I don't understand her. She's a little weird off her rocker too. I think I knew once he picked her because she was a black woman. That's all that was about. It was just to get a black female next to me so we could just, seal the deal on this presidency. That's all that was about. They probably don't even know each other in real life like that. But I mean, all of this is just weird. All of it is just really, really weird to me. Not weird. It's like something. It's my fault. It's like something and you knew something's going to happen before it happened, but you still can't believe it happened. You want to be like wrong, but I don't know. Check this out.
Being cast out of heaven in Luke 10:18.
Oh, let me say this. I really think that Biden is going to make it. If Camilla doesn't become the president, I'm pretty sure, or when she does, or if she does, or when she does, Obama's probably going to be telling her what to do, or Michelle Obama. One day Obama's going to be advising her, or whatever. May even be the next president in line, or vice president to Camilla. I could see that happening. I just know that the Obama's really going to come full circle around and be something bigger than people may think, or people may not think they would be, and that's just for another time, but let's go ahead back to this here.
Not only that, but if we count from December 5th, 2021, the date the movie Don't Look Up was released, until January 18th, 2022, the day that the potentially hazardous asteroid of the Apollo group is scheduled to encounter the Earth, is 44 days. Again, a reference to Barack. Interestingly enough, on January 18th, 2009, the New York Times magazine released a special inauguration issue called Obama's People, a reference to the fallen angels or Nephilim giants. January 18th also gives us the number 18, which is 666, the number of the beast. This asteroid is part of the Apollo group. Apollo is the sun god, which also points to Obama, whose logo is that of the rising sun. You may remember that Obama recently signed a deal with Netflix, so it's no surprise then that Netflix is the company that released this movie. The article compares the size of this asteroid.
And let me tell y'all something. All that stuff in the movies is real that you be seeing, like all that Men in Black and aliens and all that shit. They're not gonna let you see that up close and personal, like boom, like right off the bat. They do these things like movies and whatnot. Those are like scene trials, like almost like when they put a movie together, they they look at it and see once they think they got all together, what can be added, taken away, fixed, or whatever. There anything that we need to go back and do, or what have you. And when they come out with these movies, a lot of times when you see these movies, you see something down the line, maybe some odd years later, maybe next month sometime, they end up actually happening in real life. You see iRobot, that's a movie that came out a long time ago. Will Smith not having that trust or affinity for robots that end up becoming part of the world society. And then you have it here now. There's robots that look like that iRobot, and they can detect how you look, what you wearing, your eye color, hair color. I mean, it's crazy. It's nuts.
To the Eiffel Tower, which is a symbolic representation of the phallus of the bright and shining one, which points to Lucifer.
Let's go on.
18th. In mythology, divine associations with Pisces include Poseidon, Neptune, Aphrodite, Eros, Typhon, Vishnu, and the Sumerian goddess Inanna. Poseidon and Neptune both represent the beast from the sea.
This is why I wanted to see this.
Aphrodite, Eros, and Inanna were all gods or goddesses of love and sex. Inanna also descended into the underworld. The connection of this asteroid, Pisces, and sex is the reason why the phone number listed in the movie, featured in a government P.S.A, is an actual, real-life sex line. Typhon was a fire-breathing dragon with 100 heads who was cast into the underworld, a representation of Satan. Vishnu is a deity in the Hindu religion, a god of peace, who has 10 avatars, which include his incarnation as a perfect human being, as well as a divine diplomat and statesman. This points to the Antichrist, the false man of peace.
And
Yet I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the considerable controversy that your generous decision has generated. In part, this is because I am at the beginning and not the end of my labors on the world stage. Who will claim to be God incarnate? Be still and know that I am God. Know that I am God. Know that I will be exalted among the nations. Know that I will be exalted in the earth. As it pertains to Pisces, in classical interpretations, the symbol of the fish is derived from the Ichthyo centaurs, who aided Aphrodite when she was born from the sea. Again, a reference to the beast that rises from the sea. The Ichthyo centaurs were centering sea beings with the upper body of a human, the lower anterior half and forelegs of a horse, and the tailed half of a fish. The earliest example
I'm sitting here guessing we didn't get that meteor didn't hit, but that volcano took its place.
2nd century BC, among the friezes in the Pergamum altar. Pergamum is identified as Satan's seat in Revelation chapter 2, verses 12 and 13. Remember, Obama also used a replica of the Pergamum altar at his acceptance speech at Invesco Field at Mile High Stadium in Denver. I accept your nomination for presidency of the United States.
That shit crazy, man. But I'm gonna wrap it up right here and let you know that we back. I'm gonna be doing a lot of commentary on different type of videos. Some will be funny. It might be rap battles or whatnot. But the main focus and objective is we're not going to be sitting up here, or I'm not going to be sitting up here doing a bunch of videos about a bunch of guys who want to fight about religion and stuff like that when there's things going on now. These men have made, and I'm talking about the conscious community and all that stuff. These men have made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of, regular folks, everyday people putting together these Don King type of, back and forths, how they do or whatever. We ain't got time for that. There's shit going on in the world right here, right now, and around us, and we're not knowing what's going on or seeing what's going on and whatnot. We're going to dive into it. My next video, we're going to talk about this 5G. We're going to talk about China putting a new sun, or trying to put a sun in the sky. Also, a new moon in the sky. This crazy shit. Crazy. Motherfuckers ain't got nothing to do. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you keep tuning in. I'm going to keep hitting y'all with commentary, video reactions, and all that other stuff. Make sure that you log in, like, share, and subscribe. I'm back. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, and I'm out.